Good morning, friends. I hope everybody's having an awesome day. I am really thrilled to be sharing today. It's been a while since I've had a video, and to be honest, this topic is one that has been in the making for months. Well, honestly, years, because it's something that I've struggled with for years, and I feel like now is the time to share it. And my hope and prayer is that by sharing some vulnerability and opening up with you, that will encourage you to do the same. This is going to be the first of a 3-part series on finally breaking free from our strongholds. So those struggles, those habits, maybe it's an addiction or thoughts that you continually find yourself struggling with, I want us to break free from those together. So it's going to be a 3-part series. This is part number 1. I want to start by asking you, what is your hamster wheel? And by that, I mean, what is that thing, that struggle, that temptation, that addiction that you keep finding yourself in, the same old cycle? You may think you've beaten it, and then you find yourself back there again. If you are someone who finds yourself failing or falling to the same ugly thoughts in your head, or the same doubt, or the same addiction, or the same struggles or temptations, then this is for you. And I know that we all have them, but it all starts with being open and admitting it and owning up to what our struggles are. And I hope that by my sharing, that my vulnerability will breed vulnerability in you, and you will feel a conviction to share yours as well. Because here's the thing, you guys. In today's culture, so many of us want to impress other people, whether it's through social media or through our appearance or through what we can accomplish. But the fact is that our strengths or our perceived perfections may impress other people, but our weaknesses are where we connect with others. And through that connection is how we grow, how we become better people and individuals, but also how we learn to become humble servants and truly help other people. Because this life is not about always helping ourselves, it's about helping others. But sometimes in order for us to help others, we have to work through some of our own junk and lay it out there. I feel like vulnerability is the first step in this healing process of breaking free from strongholds, because when we keep our struggles a secret, it allows those things to have control over us, and it gives it power over us. But when we start to share, although it's uncomfortable and it's hard, we release some of that power that it has over us, and we start to take control back over that stronghold. Now, I started this by sharing with 2 of my closest people, my dear friend Nikki and my husband Jeff. And I started sharing with them because they are safe places for me. I know that they love me in spite of where I fall short, in spite of my pride, in spite of my selfishness. And so that's where I started. And it was just recently, actually, in the last week, that I finally sat down with each of them and I told them my struggles. And it was uncomfortable. There were some tears, but you guys, they didn't act shocked. And maybe, I don't know this, but maybe it's because they've seen these struggles. Maybe I wasn't keeping them as hidden as I thought. But here's the thing, you guys, and this is what I appreciated about telling them, is they weren't surprised and they weren't shocked. So I want to tell you this from this perspective of both someone who was sharing and who's someone who hopes to be the listener, who hopes to be on the receiving end of someone else opening up. Don't be shocked by someone else's weaknesses or their failures or their strongholds, because we all have them. And if you're not admitting it, you're lying to yourself. We all have something that we struggle with in private, or we're all one step away from falling into that temptation, or back into an addiction, or back into these thoughts that take us into a negative place. So I hope and pray that you have someone like a Nikki or a Jeff that you can share with to start the healing process. If you don't, I want you to know that I am a safe place for you to come. There will be no judgment. There will be no shock. As a receiver or on the listening end of things, we need to be open. We need to listen. They don't always need advice. They just want to say it. And that's what I needed. I needed to just say it and put it out there, and it released the power. So I'm sharing with you today because I really feel that if I open up even more, that I will gain back more control over this or these areas of my life and really experience freedom, and encourage you to do the same thing. So here it is. I have 2 hamster wheels, 2 strongholds that I fall prey to over and over and over again. And no amount of conviction, discipline, trying over and over and over again has helped me to break free of these. The first one is sugar. I am addicted to sugar. I'm embarrassed to say that because I live a healthy lifestyle. I promote a healthy lifestyle. And I do live healthy. I am passionate about living my best life, taking care of my body. I think sleep is super important, drinking water. I eat vegan and clean. I exercise. But sugar is a huge, huge area that I struggle with. I can go days and weeks without having it. And then that tiniest bit can totally derail me. And maybe you can relate to this, because what I'm learning is the more that I share this, I find that my struggle is not as unique as I thought. So what derails me? There's a few things. If I'm tired, like maybe I haven't gotten a good night's sleep and I just need a little bit of something to give me a pick-me-up, I'm like, oh, that sugar will help. That'll make me feel better. So I justify having that Hershey's Kiss. Or maybe I experience or feel an extreme emotion. So maybe it's I received a promotion with my job and I'm super excited and over the moon. It's like, I deserve a treat for accomplishing that. So I eat the cookie. Or perhaps I'm feeling disappointment. Maybe I have suffered a huge disappointment or loss. And so I comfort myself with the brownie or the sugar cookie because I deserve that to make myself feel better. I justify those actions. But here's where the true problem comes in, you guys, is it never ends with the Hershey's Kiss or the chocolate chip cookie. It always goes further. And it goes from justifying my behavior into hiding my behavior. Sorry about that, guys. So let me give you an example of that. Perhaps I'm out celebrating something with my girlfriends and we're at a restaurant and we each get a small dessert because we're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary or someone's promotion. And so I have that little dessert with my girlfriends and all seems well. But what they don't know and what anyone else knows except for me is that then on the way home, I drive through Dunkin' Donuts and get a few donuts to eat. Or I come home and I raid the pantry or the freezer for ice cream because that little bit of sugar that I'd had, it literally woke this ugly beast in me that just has an insatiable desire for more sugar. And I lose control. And I'm tired of losing control. So, I truly believe that by sharing this, I'm releasing some of the power that sugar has over me. And I'm going to start to win this battle. I absolutely believe it. The other one that I want to share, because yes, I have two, is the desire to impress people or the desire to receive praise from people. And this is one that I have struggled with for so long. I can't even remember when it started. But I feel like with the insane popularity of social media that it's gotten worse. With Facebook, with Instagram, as you know, it's a highlight reel of people's lives. It's a fun way to connect. There are some things I love about social media, but it's also something that I really struggle with. And I want to find this comfort level and a peace and a confidence in just being able to share whatever I want and not worrying about if it gets likes or it gets comments or if it gets compliments. You guys, this is an ugly one. This is an ugly hamster wheel to be on, and it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to admit to this. I'm an almost 40-year-old woman. I have a successful career. I have a beautiful family. I have a healthy, happy life. And I still want other people to approve of me, to think that I'm pretty, to think that I am successful. And it's exhausting. So, sorry. Vulnerability will sometimes make you emotional. But here's what I know, you guys. I know that God can take what is monstrously hard for me, and he can use it to hugely help you or someone else in a really big way. And at the same time, he can take these struggles to refine me and to make me the person that I am meant to be, so that I can be used for his purposes. Because I do believe that there's a calling on each of our lives. God has big plans for me. God has big plans for you. But we need to work through this together. We need to link arms. We need to support one another so that we can become better people. And so that we can help others to grow and to be better, so they can become better people, so that we can all become more selfless, so that we can move on from our own struggles to serve others with humility and love and empathy. I am super excited for the next 2 weeks of videos, and I really hope that you come along with me on this journey. And again, if you need someone to be on the receiving end, to listen to what you might be struggling with, please do not hesitate to comment below this video or to reach out to me. And I would love to walk with you through this. I hope everybody has a really awesome day. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening. And for listening with open ears and an open heart. Bye.